Thanks for coming to join in this 60-minute flow. Today, we're going to be focusing on our shoulders and our hips, and we're going to be utilizing a strap for sure. And we're going to start in a seated position and hopefully a kneeling position. So if you want to grab some props to support your kneeling position like I am, you can go ahead and do that. So you're going to place your prop underneath you. If you're don't have a block or a bolster, or you need some extra height to create a kneeling position, just grab some pillows or something. And then see if you can get your heels to the outer edges of your hips, and the knees are kind of more just in line and slightly inward. Take your strap, open it up, and you're going to place it around your shoulders, allowing the straps just to dangle freely. Hands find your lap. Take a moment to lengthen up your spine, relaxing your shoulders down. Close your eyes. And just be with your breath, observing how the breath is right now. And is there a way you can invite some more depth to your breath? Soften the corners of your eyes, the corners of your mouth. Notice the steady, even pace of your breath. And we'll blink our eyes open. You're going to remove the strap down from your right shoulder. You're going to reach your left arm overhead. Bend the left elbow, start to crawl those fingertips down your upper back and grab onto the strap. Right arm moves out to the side. Turn your palm to face behind you. And when you do that, you should feel that shoulder head roll in. And then bend the elbow, start to crawl the back of your hand up. And you'll also be grabbing the strap with this hand. We get into a settled place. You want to avoid flaring the bottoms of your ribs open. So let's knit them in. Breathing into the space where the hands are trying to connect at the back of your rib cage. We're not trying to force anything here. Leaning into the sensations. Sticking with those rhythmical breaths, moving through your nose. Taking one more full round here. Releasing the bind. Take the right strap side up over the shoulder again. And remove the left side down. Right arm is going to reach overhead. Let's bend the elbow, grab the strap, and take your left arm out to the side. Again, palm turns back. Allow that energy to move all the way up into the shoulder before bending your elbow. And then let's start to crawl those hands towards one another. Maybe they clasp, maybe they don't. And we're staying to breathe. Good. Fully aware of what's taking place in the trunk. We're still trying to create that length in the spine. Engaging the upper part of the abdominal wall, hugging the bottom part of the ribs in. Breathing deeply for any intense sensations that are coming around the shoulders. And slowly begin to release. So you're going to remove your strap, place it off to the side. We will be using it again later in our practice. And move right through a tabletop position and head into downward facing dog. Enjoy pedaling out your legs, opening up behind your knees. Good. 3 more breaths here. Let's shift the weight forward, arriving in a high plank. And slower than you want to, begin to bend your elbows. You're going to lower all the way down onto the front side of your body. Untuck your toes. And then reach your arms behind you. Turn your palms to face up. So it's situated in the lower part of our body. Actively press the tops of your feet down from all the way up your legs. Engage the abdominal wall. You're going to lift your chest, pull your shoulders back while keeping your hands connected. And then lower down. And then again, let's lift the chest, broaden our collarbones, and then lower down. And then again, let's lift. We're going to hold this time. Draw your shoulder blades together and down your back. And slowly lower your chest all the way down. Take your left arm and reach it out in front of you. Turn the pinky side. It's a pinky finger. It's your baby finger, your little finger. Allow it to connect. And you're going to bend your right knee. Reach that right hand back and grab the outer part of your ankle or foot. Brace the front of your hips down. And we're going to create a nice stretch here. Down through the quad. Think of reaching your knee towards the back of your mat. Maintain that strength in your abdominal wall and begin to kick the foot back into the hand. Allow the chest to lift a little bit. The arm may come up as well. Good. And then we're going to release and switch. So it's going to be the right arm that goes forward. Take the pinky finger down. We'll just stick with it. Bend the left knee, reach that hand around and grab the outer edge of the foot. And just stay here, actively working this stretch. Front of the hips down, knee drawing back. Again, abdominal wall is strong, lifting away from the mat, even though it's obviously always connected. It's that intention that's there. And then we'll begin to kick the foot into the hand, which is going to help lift up our chest here. Good. We'll release, place the hands down by your waist. Press up through tabletop. Reach your right arm up, open your chest to the side. And then you're going to thread the right arm under the left. Come down onto the side of the shoulder. Breathe in between your shoulder blades. Notice if your hips are swinging off to the side, try to square them to the back. Start to unwind. Reach your right arm up, open the chest to the side, and then connect the hand back down. Left arm lifts. Open up, and then thread below that right arm, coming down. Think of drawing your top shoulder back, helping that rotation. Diving into those generous breaths. Let's unravel. Lift the left arm, open up to the side, and then connect the hand down. Lift your hips, finding downward facing dog. Press your chest to your thighs. Press your thighs back. We'll draw our right leg back and up. Let's bend into the knee and open up our hip. See if you can lift your knee any higher to the ceiling. Squeeze the heel a bit closer to the glute. Listen carefully. Close the hip. Begin to roll forward, placing the foot outside the right hand. And your left foot will join outside the left hand. Begin to settle your hips, finding a squat. Gather your hands in front of your chest. Lengthen up your spine. We'll tent the finger pads down. See if you can keep those palms lifted as you take your hips up. Heel toe your feet back into a comfortable stance. Fold your body down, soften your knees, tuck your chin, and then sink your hips low. Notice the rounding in your back and keep that. And just start to straighten your legs. Pressing your feet down, arms just dangling here. And when the front of your hips start to open, circle your arms out wide and high. Arch through your back as your arms go overhead. Possibly look up. Enjoy this big back bend. And then you're going to dive back down. Fold into your legs. Tuck your chin. And then take a half lift. Step back into your plank position. Firm up your legs, bend the elbows slower than you want to, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, connect the tops of your feet. Hover your hands, lift your chest, feel the engagement in your upper back. Now connect your hands down, begin to straighten your arms, hover your hips, finding up dog. And then hips lift, roll over your toes, finding downward facing dog. We'll draw our left leg back and up. Let's bend into the knee and open the hip. Firm up that standing leg and then lift the knee higher to the ceiling as you squeeze your heel towards your glute. Same idea as last time. Hip starts to close. Let's round through the back to roll forward. Place the foot outside the hand and allow that right foot to join as well. Settle your hips, sink in, find Malasana. Hands gather in front of the chest. We lift. And then we'll tent the finger pads down. Lift the hips. Heel toe your feet. Back in comfortable stance. Fold down to your legs. Tuck the chin. Nice and tight here. And then we sink the hips low. Feel that back round and stay rounded. And start to rise up. Watch the front of your hips open. And then begin to circle the arms around and up, arching the back. And then dive back down. Folding back towards your legs. Maybe taking a hold of the back of your shins. Release, find a half lift. Then we step back into our plank. Lift the front side of your body the entire time that you bend your elbows. We're lowering all the way down again. Untuck your toes, hover the hands, lift your chest. Keep the chest up, connect the hands, straighten your arms, up dog. Lift the hips, rolling over your toes, down dog. Again, same flow. Right leg draws back and up. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And then close it down, begin to roll forward, starting to find a sense of continuous movement. When the right foot lands, begin to step the back foot. When it lands, start to settle your hips. Hips meet their lowest point. The hands begin to leave the mat, gather in front of the chest. We find our full expression, and then begin to connect the finger pads. Lift those hips up. Articulate the movement of heel toeing your feet in. Find your stance, and then fold. Bring more lift to your lower abdomen, and then sink the hips. Rise up from the power of your legs. Press the front of your hips forward. Circle the arms. Lift from the back of your rib cage. And then maintain that length. Dive forward. Folding back towards your strong legs. Option to hold on to the back of your legs. Take your half lift. And then step back into plank. Firming up here. Maintain slower than you want to. Bend the elbows, lower all the way down. See if the hands can land by the waistline. Untuck toes. Lift the chest. Hands are hovering. Upper back strong. And then hands connect. Straighten your arms. Lifting in. Up dog. Let's send it back. Down dog. Left leg goes back and up. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Meet your fullest expression and start to close your hip down. Pull the knee forward. Place the foot outside your hand. Allow that back foot to join. Let's sink our hips. And then gather the hands. Arrive in your Malasana. Full expression. Then we leave. Finger pads. Find the mat. Hips begin to rise. We heel to our feet back in. Fold down. Keep your thighs engaged, tuck your chin, and then sink the hips low. Root the feet. Feel that energy drop your legs as you roll up to stand. Arch your back, sweep your arms. And then keep the length in the sides of your waist, diving back down into your fold. Hold on to the back of your legs. And then take the half lift. Step to plank. Firm. Up your legs and abdominal wall as the elbows begin to bend. Lower with control. Untuck toes. Lift the chest. Draw your shoulders back. Chest stays up. Hands connect straight in the arms. Hips hover. And hips lift now. Roll over your toes. Down dog. Beautiful. Right leg draws back and up. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. This time, close it down. Roll forward, bringing your foot between your hands. Connect the back knee down. Keep the toes tucked under. Climb your hands up to your front thigh. And now you want to lift out of your lunge. And you want to find this sense of lengthening your tailbone down. It's almost going to feel like you're tucking your pelvis under you. Now maintain that energy as you start to welcome the hips to move back forward. Pause when you get a good stretch. You might not go in as deep as you normally would, but the stretch probably feels a bit more intense. Let's bring our left arm up and overhead and our right arm down. Turn the right palm to face back, and then you're going to bend your elbows. Start to crawl your hands towards one another. Even if the fingers don't connect, you still have all that same energy. Same principles as before as well. Bottom ribs are knitting in here. Big stretch to the front of the left hip. Unwind your arms. Hands lower to frame your front foot, lifting your back knee up. We'll twist. Right arm lifts, stack your shoulders, scoop up through your lower abdomen. Top hand comes down. Step right back, downward facing dog. Left leg moves back and up. You're gonna bend your knee, open up your hip. And then begin to close it down. Pull your knee through the midline, rounding forward. See if you can get your foot between your hands. Lower the back knee. Keep those toes tucked under. Extra stability as you climb up, hands connecting to your front thigh. And then really move right out of your stretch and tuck your tailbone under you. Maintain, and then start to welcome that hips to move forward and down. Let's take the right arm overhead and the left arm down. We bend the elbows, walking our hands towards one another. Maybe fingers connect, maybe they don't. Irrelevant. Breath is full and steady. We're completely mindful of our body and the sensations that are arising. Keep that depth in your breath. Begin to release. Hands take the mat, framing your front foot. We lift our back knee. Left arm rises, chest opens to the side, and we twist. Top hand down, step right back in, downward facing dog. Right leg moves back and up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Close it down, roll forward, taking the foot between the hands again. No rush to get there. When it arrives, turn the back heel down 90 degrees. Tuck your right hip under you, and then cartwheel your arms up, lifting you into warrior two. Press your feet down. Maintaining that stabilizing in the lower body. Draw the crown of the head up, finding more length in your spine. Turn your front palm to face the ceiling. And then begin to spear forward, finding this deep reaching. Shift the weight into the front foot and drag your back foot forward, eventually lifting, finding flying warrior. Lifted leg is nice and strong here. Strong hands actively reaching away from one another. Soften the standing knee. Deliver the lifted foot to the back of the mat. When it arrives, take the back hand down the thigh and the front arm overhead. Big stretch. And then think of coming through that deep reaching. Allow the hands to cartwheel down and frame the front foot. Turn the back toes forward. Right arm lifts. We twist. Top hand comes down. Step right back in, downward facing dog. Left leg moves back and up. Let's bend our knee, open up the hip. Close it down, pull it through the midline to roll forward. Foot arrives between the hands. Back heel down 90. We cartwheel our arms overhead, arriving in our warrior two. Ground the feet, stabilizing the inhale and the exhale. Turn the front palm up to face the ceiling and begin to lean the upper body forward. We transfer the weight to the front foot, drag your back toes, straighten the front leg, and take flight. Radiating out through all of your limbs. Soften the knee of the standing leg. Let's deliver the lifted foot to the back of the mat. Back hand moves down the leg, front arm reaches overhead, big side body stretch. And then think of leaning through that deep reaching again. Circle the arms down, hands will frame the front foot, turn the back toes forward, twist by lifting the left arm. Don't reach back with that top hand, but move the shoulder back. Starting to learn how we move from the core of the body. All right, top hand comes down. We're stepping back into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let's turn the toes out about 45 degrees and settle our hips. When the hands gather in front of your chest, find this energy of the arms pressing out into the legs, but the legs also hugging onto the arms. It's like they're dueling, we'll say. Connect your finger pads down again. Lift your hips. Heel toe your feet in so that they're just hip width apart. Soften your knees. Abdomen and thighs should be connecting here. And you're going to latch your big toes with your peace fingers. The thumb will kind of close that circular chain. And then you're going to drape the upper body down, tuck your chin. Now, keeping the abdomen and the thighs connected, just think of lifting your lower back, and that is going to get you a big stretch. More lift into the lower abdomen, helps the fold. Crown of the head, lengthening down towards the toes. Keep the latch of the toes, straighten your arms, think like half lift, and then release. So walk your hands out. Find your high plank. Bend your elbows, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, strong legs. We lift the chest, draw the shoulders back, hands hover. Connect the hands, straighten your arms to lift your hips, up dog. And then let's roll it back, down dog. Right leg moves back and up. Bend into your knee, let's open up our hip. And then close it down. Roll forward, place the foot outside the hand again. Setting up for our lizard this time. Let's take the back knee down. Right hand climbs on top of the thigh. And this is where the strap may come in. So we're going to be binding the back leg eventually. So try it without first and see where you're at. And if you need it after, then you grab that strap. So let's scoop up the lower abdomen and really draw the top shoulder back. We'll all start by squeezing the heel in towards the glute. And then the right hand can slide back. Maybe it can take a hold of that big toe side of the foot. Strap is there. We're all closing the chain with the hand or the strap. Now keep bracing the front of your foot down. Back of the rib cage draws forward. Big opening in the front of that left thigh and hip. We'll close it down, connect that back foot and hand, lifting into the back knee. Let's step right back, downward facing dog. Left leg moves back and up, bend your knee. Let's open the hip. Close it down, begin to roll forward. Foot arrives outside the hand. Lower the back knee. We come into our lizard. Left hand on top of left thigh. Let's twist. Strengthening the core. And then back heel draws to the glute yet again. Left hand reaching back, seeing if we can get a hold of the big toe side of the foot or grabbing the strap. And we breathe deeply. Landing firmly in all of the sensations that are arriving. Don't shy away from them, but we're leaning in. Slowly release, close the chest, connect the hand. We take the back knee up and step into downward dog. Full breath in, nice long breath out. Lower down to your knees. We are going to check out that Virasana or the hero's pose again. So option to grab your block and stick it below the hips. And maybe now that the body is a little bit warmer, maybe you don't need it. So always check in. And then to start, we're just going to be sitting upright. Reach around and grab my block. Skating lots with the little guy. The legs are sore trying to keep up. Again, so just check in, heels working towards your outer hips. The thighs feel like they're trying to hug together, so the knees are not splaying open here. Stay here if you're like, hooey, this is intense. You can check out what it's like to place your hands behind you with your fingers forward. You can lengthen the tailbone down. Again, big quad stretch. Stay here or explore bending into your elbows, possibly lowering down to your forearms. Some may lower all the way. Maintain strength in the abdominal wall here as well. You can start to climb up. From wherever you are, connect your hands, lift your hips, shift back, down dog. Remove any props that you might have off to the side. We're going to come through a seated position, and then you're going to take your legs out wide. Bend your right knee, take the heel in towards your groin. Take your left hand down the inside of your straight leg, sweep the right arm overhead, finding your way into a nice side bend. Ground through your hips. Breathing up the side of your waist and ribs, thinking of bowing open here. Finding our way out of the side bend, connect the right hand behind the hip. Left arm will circle around, bridge your hips up, arch your back, and enjoy. Slowly lower down, reconnecting your hips. And we will switch our legs out. Right hand comes down, left arm sweeps up and over. Find that side bend. Feel your breath. We'll lift up. Left hand connects behind, right arm circles. Let's bridge our hips, open up, arching the back. Slowly reconnecting. Come back through your tabletop position. Step back, find your high plank. Bend your elbows, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. You're gonna reach your arms behind you. Let's strengthen our abdomen and lift our chest and legs up. Good. Bend your elbows, place your hands by your waist, and then you're gonna rebend the knees again. Hold here. Think of reaching your knees back and drawing your chest forward. Hands are pulling back, even though they're not moving, the energy is there. Good. Let's lower down. Arms go behind, legs straighten out too. All right, same idea. Strong abdomen. Let's take our chest and our legs up. Bend the elbows, hands by waist. Bend the knees, heel towards our glutes. Then you're going to slide your hands back. See if you can get a hold of the outer ankles here. If you do, the feet kick into the hands. And we open up into this big back bend. Good. Slowly lower down. Connect your hands. Press up through your table. Sink your hips towards your heels. And then just shift your hips side to side. Diminish the movements. Allow the forehead to connect. Arms can stay forward, or maybe they reach behind. More of a closed child's pose. So the knees can be slightly apart, but not as wide as normal. You want the abdomen to be on your thighs. Breathing into your lower back. Feel a sense of expanding here. Begin to lift up, finding your way onto your back. When you arrive, draw both of your legs in, holding on nice and close. Begin to rock side to side. Back to center. Keep a hold of that right leg and lower your left leg down as you straighten it out. Preparing for our twist. Shift your hips slightly to the right before pulling that bent leg across your body. Stay here or Bend the straight leg, reach that right hand down, finding another quad stretch. Calm, nourishing breaths. Taking 3 more long rounds of breath. Begin to unwind your body, connect your feet, send to your hips, and draw your left leg in. Straighten out your right as you lower it down. Preparing for our twist, take your hips slightly left. Pull that bent leg across your body. Stay here, or option to bend the straight leg, binding the foot with your left hand. Allow your chest open up towards the ceiling. Left shoulder has a downward energy, even if it's lifted up from the mat. Three more long rounds of breath. We'll start to unwind. Connect your feet, square your hips, and draw your legs in one last time. When you're ready, begin to lay the rest of your body down, take up some space. Coming into Shavasana. Allow every exhale breath to sink your body in a little further. Observing all of your contact points with your mat and the floor. Allow your breath to fade. Reclaim your breath and your body. Pass your head gently side to side. Begin to flare your toes. Open your hands. Move at the wrists, the ankles. Eventually bringing your arms overhead. Let's pull the legs together. Find a great big full body stretch. Maybe a little bit of a side bend. And find your way up into a seated position. Taking a moment just to sit quietly. I thank each of you for coming to share a piece of your practice. I hope that you enjoyed and that your body and mind are feeling refreshed. Namaste.